What's good? We're coming back with a review of The Best Man, the final chapters, episode 2. It's a lot going on in this episode.
Lot.
It's nice to see Shelby.
Through a twist.
It
It
was
was
a
good
nice
to see
twist.
Shelby. She popped up at the end of last episode and she made her presence felt. Little war going on with Boris Kojo's wife, Xiomara.
Which is a dumb name. I'm sorry. I think that they could have picked a different name. It's not a dumb name. There are people that have that name, so let me not say it's dumb. They could have just picked a different name for her.
They had to Beyonce her up, right? So they had to give her the super exotic name. I thought, this episode was really a lot about Terrence Howard and Quentin's character, trying to figure out what was wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
And now you realize he was kind of split, right? He
Yep.
was trying to fight, well, or at least I feel like he was, trying to find a new him, right? And the Xiomara lady, one was going to please his father in the business deal, but two, I think he was feeling like, well, maybe there's a new me where I can be more like my dudes who found happiness and, found this, what he considered this clean happiness, marriage type thing, family. And what he had with Shelby was ugly and rough and raw and nasty and lightweight toxic, right? So it's like, so he was probably looking like, I need to get away from that. But at the end of the day, that's who he
That's
is.
him. You can't get away from that. That's who you are. You love her. Y'all have this tug of war because y'all are there for each other. Like the whole bomb that was dropped at the end. It was like, okay. I think that was needed. I was not surprised that she showed up there. Obviously, it's Shelby. She got to put a little spin on it. And I think that if he would have married the other girl, he would have just essentially, like she said, been in her shadow.
Yeah.
Because it was, they already changed the billboards, and she would have been the face of all of the companies. Like, he didn't really have a say. He would have literally got pushed to the back burner, and it would have been all on her.
And like she said earlier, they're both alphas. It wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have worked. She was already trying to run the shot.
But I think it definitely spoke to me, just psychologically, he was obviously looking for a new version of himself. So, yes, he ended up making the right decision by staying with Shelby, but it's still going to come back to him that he's fighting against this toxic thing that he is,
but
right?
Is it though? I think that their thing has just been that they haven't been honest with one another.
True.
I think
it
that
might be able to
once
clean
they
up.
move to a space of them being honest with one another, it won't be toxic. They were just kind of playing games before.
That's true.
But now they're married and they got a kid together. So I think that will open the door for them to hopefully kind of go down a different path together where they're more loving with one another and they're not fighting each other but can get to a happy balance where they're learning each other.
Yeah, we're going to see because, I think that's possible. But if you look at everything he said by the way, them giving the airport love scene was a nod to all the traditional love movies where you go chase down the person before you hop on the airplane. It was cool. It was cool. I know the ladies love those kind of scenes.
They could have, it could have went either way. I liked it though.
But here's the thing though. Everything he said in that was, I like you being like that. I like the fight. Without the fight, I don't know who I am. So the thing that it sticks out to me, it just feels
he said, without you, I don't know who I am. Not with the fight. Yeah,
but
that
everything
all
he described was like, yeah, you get on my nerves, you annoy me, you piss me off.
But again, that was all a game. That was part of the game that they played.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, I'm wondering, can they make a one-to-one translation of that? Like, even right before he said, I love you, he said, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the way he translated it.
Well, that's because that's how they talk to each other. They just got to they have to find a different medium. They have to figure out what the love language is. They probably definitely need to have some counseling.
But a lot of people love that fight. And when it goes away, they're bored. And I've seen people go through that. People who were able to get rid of that toxic stuff, and they missed it. So I'm wondering if they're going to have that struggle.
That's a good call out. Whew. It's like, yo. What else did you think?
oh boy merch.
He
Got it.
redeemed himself.
He did redeem himself, but his wife also bailed him out
Mm-hmm.
by coming through with the Shelby stripper move, and he got the credit for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, but that goes to show when you got a good union, your wife and your
Hold
spouse
you
can
down.
cover you. You know what I'm saying? It's that one flesh,
Hold you
man.
down. And what about Jordan?
Jordan is interesting,
I like
man.
Jordan. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a fan of Jordan. She's probably my favorite character.
That's because her reactions are the most like
I
you.
love her. Love you. I
It's like
love.
you wrote her part of the script.
I love her character. I love that she's ambitious, that she's a go getter,
Yeah,
and that she the only thing is, she doesn't know how to put herself first, which
yeah.
I can relate to that. I understand. So, I overall love her character.
I like the fact that her and Will, chocolate guy, they wasn't clean, right? It didn't go neat like you
Mhm.
would thought it would. Like
Mhm.
when Stella got her groove back love scene, it
Mhm.
didn't go down like that right away.
Yeah.
Who knows where it's gonna go, but it didn't go that way. And I hate when people just go right into what's been done a bajillion times. So I like the fact that they did not do that. I also like the fact that, like what we talked about in the last one with Lance and this lady, that they didn't go
Mhm. And
there.
she's engaged. Yeah.
When she said I'm engaged, I was like, thank you, because if it had played out just flat, like they still might link up, you don't know.
Right. But
But
right now,
for it to just fall out exactly,
wow.
it would have been it's
Mhm.
too stereo. I would have been like, no, I don't like that, But yeah, throw that reality into it. I like it.
I also, I mean, I like them at the circle, and I'm getting to learn all the different things about himself. Like Candace, really learning how to tap into her inner self, and even Jordan learning, understanding that she has to put herself first, that she has
Mm-hmm.
to be able to have some self care in order to, and you can still have the ambition, but you have to be able to put you first and your priorities first. Um, but what did you think about? I can never remember. Um, Harper's girlfriend. I can never remember it, but Sanaa Lathan. I thought it was interesting. I wasn't
Yeah,
surprised that she wanted
Robin.
to, Robin. I wasn't surprised that she wanted to stay there at all.
No, because
Um,
she wants to be with that lady. I mean, come on, we know that.
I think she definitely connected with the people and the culture, as she said. Uh, so yeah,
She
I.
want to be with that lady, but I think she's awakening.
But I mean, also, if we remember her from the previous movies, that is very much who she is. She's a free thinker. She's a
Mm-hmm.
floater. I mean, her whole thing is, I want to cook. She doesn't care about getting a traditional job. She wants to
That's a
put
good
all her
point.
money into cooking, which is why Harper was essentially taking care of both of them. So it makes sense that she would meet somebody on an island who has her own hut,
So
and
she
she's been
might
doing it
not
for
just
20
fall
years
right into the lesbian relationship, and
and
maybe
been
it
able to be
won't be that
successful.
clean.
So yeah, I think she's looking at it like, this is I connected with the people. I can live here. I can build a stand. I can make these recipes,
Mm-hmm.
and I can cook the food, and I can be successful here, as opposed to when she said she didn't fit that
Yeah,
home.
I like the her jumping into the ocean. I thought that was really good, symbolic,
Mhm.
because you didn't see her doing anything yet.
Mm.
She just been like sitting there like a bump on a log. So for her to
Mhm.
jump up
Yeah.
and be like, I'm ready to shake up the spot. I'm ready to
Right.
do something different. And the pitch, staying there and then jump in the ocean, she showed she is ready for something different.
She is. And I love the fact that also you could tell, it's interesting because at the very beginning of the last episode, you could see that she was like, oh, you should do this whole movie thing. But now that
Man,
he
you see
got
how she was looking
everybody's
at him?
grace, she was looking like, I don't really want to do this. I mean, because think about how much of a time commitment that is going to be with him, having to be away.
Yeah,
And she probably just don't want to be bothered with the whole, you know,
yeah,
stress of movie and all. You know how Harper get with writing a book and all that
yes.
stuff. She probably just don't want to be bothered. And that's fine that he do his thing, but that's taken away from what she wants to do and where she wants to
Mm-hmm.
be. And I think she probably just realized that it's probably going to be harder for her to sell than moving there if he's going to be working on a movie.
A movie as opposed to just writing.
Right, because that was her thing. Like, you can write
You
anywhere,
can write
but
here. Yeah, good call.
not necessarily if you're going to be creating a
And
movie and heavily involved in it.
the looks she was giving him when he got everybody else's blessing. Oh, hey y'all, always peep how the characters look at each other when they're not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
It tells so many stories,
It does.
man. You know, and
I
especially
agree.
for a wife, the way she was looking at him, yeah,
Like, dang, okay.
something was on her mind.
Definitely. And I think Lance did a good job this episode. I think that
Real good.
seeing him transition, and I think the thing that sparked him with Jasmine is because she reminded him of Mia,
Yes.
especially when she started talking about God and everything. I think that was what really kind of
Yeah.
turned him to say, okay, what's up for her? And him being able to have open, honest conversations with her about Mia, and then understanding too that yeah, she's engaged, but I can still connect with her without it having to be the extra.
Can you have a platonic
Right.
relationship?
That's
Is
growth.
it even possible for
That's
you?
some growth
You
for
know?
him.
Yeah, I thought that was huge. I thought it was real good. I thought Morris Chestnut been doing his thing in this show. To
Yeah, I
me,
agree.
you know, especially when it comes to, you know, this show hasn't done a whole lot of depth of emotion. He's been the one bringing most of that depth of emotion to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah.
I agree. I love it. So hey, that was episode 2. And it's another Nia Jay combo coming to you
I know
live.
y'all all them probably binged it in 5 minutes. It's cool. Tell us what y'all think. Click down below. Do you agree with anything we're saying? Do you think we're crazy? Maybe it's late. Maybe we bugging.
Maybe we bugging.
Maybe we bugging. I don't know.
We'll
I don't
see.
think so. We spot on.
I think so. I
We should
think
even
if
call
nothing
this
else,
spot on
we
reviews.
can spark some good conversation. Hey, we can spark some good conversation in the comments section. So let us know.
What y'all think?
Until next time, peace.
Oh wait, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about the relationship mixing, right?
I don't think we got there yet.
But we do have a little bit of it, right? Because the stuff that came from the original movies with Shelby being with Murch first and then being with Quentin, he brought that up, remember? He was like, she was like, I always loved you. And he was like, when you was with Murch?
Yeah, but I don't.
So,
I think there's something else.
oh, there's going to be more.
Later on
But I
down the
just thought that
line.
was the
But that
first
was
taste
good. That was
where I'm
good.
like, it's showing you that one, you obviously Quentin's a dude who it don't bother him, right? Is that the case for everybody else? We gonna see.
We shall. Let's see. Until next time. Peace.